Morning. It's around 7 o'clock and I laid in the tent for a while because I noticed I had condensation on my tent, which is normal when you are camping by a river or water. I also saw that I had frost on my tent, so I'm gonna wait till the sun comes out a little bit more. There's frost on the ground as well, and my bear bag's still here, so I'm gonna take that down, get my coffee ready. Got my chair out and I'm filtering water, so we'll just enjoy the morning, let everything kind of heat up and dry out just a little bit. If my tent's wet, I'll just pack it up and we'll head on down the trail, and then today when I get home I'll take it out and we'll dry it out. So no big deal. Not in a rush this morning. It's just a pretty morning, so let's just enjoy it. All right, we're headed up the Rio Valdez Trail, number 224. We just left the campsite, and this morning things were a little bit wet, so I decided to just go ahead and pack up my tent and just dry it out in the morning, so, or when I get home. Still have my pants on from last night. It kind of got cold last night, but my 30-degree quilt I actually got hot in, and I had to pull it off and try to regulate. So good start this morning. The sun's out. Here in a little bit I'll pull my pants off, and I got my shorts on underneath, so just figured I'm gonna be walking through this wet grass this morning and try to keep my shorts dry. So it's a little over 5 miles to get to the Hamilton Mesa Trail, or back to the starting point. So this is what the trail looks like right now. Got some elk track in here, so the elk have been through here. I didn't see any fresh. That's a couple days old, but they're down here. All right. We're entering the burn scar, which is sad, but at the same time, this is just part of nature. So you can see all the trees that have gotten burned. It's a good thing that I decided to camp where I did, because if I would have came down a little farther, this would have been not a place to camp, because you don't want to do this around and these trees could fall on you. Decided to take my pants off and socks and shoes off and go through the creek, keep my pants dry, but I'm probably going to end up having to cross the creek again, and if that happens, my feet are going to get wet, and I haven't walked 10 feet. And I'm crossing it again. So probably just gonna be getting my shoes wet today, but that's okay. It's just part of it. My feet are dry. So yesterday I did around 7 miles. If you haven't watched the first video, part 1, I went from Hamilton Mesa up and ended my hike at the Valdez Trail. So go back and check out that video. I'll try to put it up here at the top. If not, it'll be down at the end of the video, but this is what we're looking at right now. Just beautiful. Even with the burn scar, it's beautiful. So I've been watching this through hiker, pretty cool little YouTube channel. He is doing his Triple Crown, and he was talking about how all the pine forests were dying out, and that he had read where the aspen trees are now coming back and making a stand in that area. Here's a perfect example of that. If you want some good laughs, go check him out. It's called Trail or Trash. The guy's hilarious. I think he was trying to get trailer trash in that, but go check him out on YouTube. Some of the stuff that he posts is just unbelievable. He is where I'm at currently, just leaving Colorado, and he had quite the experience in the San Juans in Colorado. That's 1 mile. Like I said, I think it's gonna be around 5 miles, so just walking through this area, enjoying every bit of it.
So I'm wearing Ultras, and the good thing about these Ultras is they do dry out fast, and I'm also wearing some darn tough merino wool socks. They'll dry out pretty fast, so I'm not really worried about it. I have some dry socks, and it doesn't really affect you walking in there. And the point is your feet are going to get wet, so you might as well embrace the suck. Yes, that water is cold, so if you're wondering how cold that water is, that'll definitely wake you up in the morning. You know what they say about downhills? That means there's an uphill somewhere. So the first little downhill I've had. All right, thoughts on the trail? You're gonna get your feet wet. I think I've crossed the Rio Valdez, probably 5 times so far, but it is really pretty and it's not a struggle. This trail is actually pretty nice. I maybe have to cross the river at least one more time, but I am on the west side of the trail, so maybe will stay on this side. It really just, I guess it depends on the canyon, so, and what it brings. All right, coming up on 2 miles. Been thinking a lot about my kids and Cha-Cha and my grandkids on this trip, and kind of got a little emotional yesterday. I don't get to see them as much as I want. And the message is I work to live. I don't live to work. And get off the couch and let's get out and do something. I mean, this is in our backyard, and why wouldn't you want to come out and just explore this? I love you guys. So I just looked it up on X, and this is about 4 miles in from the Iron Gate Trailhead. This would be a good little spot to camp, and the river's right down there. So if you're gonna come out here, this would be a good spot to camp. All right, we got to change the scenery. We're pretty close to the water, so pretty sure this is all growth from that. In the wet areas of the trail, I'm seeing a lot of elk tracks. So they're down here. This is great habitat for them. But they just travel so many miles. You know, you can see here the trail's beat down, or they've beat a trail down, and they're in here. You just got to be lucky enough to see them. Nice little campsite right there. Somebody's got a fire ring built. All right, we're getting ready to head up. The Las Trampas Trail heads that direction, and I'm gonna look that up when I get home. But the Rociada Trail is here, and we're gonna start climbing up. I think I'm gonna eat me a snack first before I start climbing, but that's gonna take us up to the Hamilton Mesa Trail. And just FYI, from this trail marker, where I camped at was about 2.5 miles from here. So we're gonna head up. This is gonna be the hardest part of the hike today, but it should be fairly easy. I'm not sure how much elevation gain we're gonna get, but we'll get a little bit. So far, so good. The trail is the first switchback here, and just a gradual up. We're gonna turn again, and then we'll head slowly up that direction. All right, second switchback. Now I think this is the slow crawl up. You can see the fire here. This is also from that ring cone. It probably came across and went straight up there, but you can see all that new growth from the aspens up there. So there are people camping down there. So evidently there are some camp spots there as well. I can hear them talking. That's the third stream coming up this stretch. That's pretty impressive. So, all right, that is 3 miles, and I hope my camera's doing this justice because it is just beautiful. Even though you have this burned area, all those fall colors are really popping. So these are the Durston Iceland trekking poles, and they sure come in handy to help pull yourself up. when you're going up trails like this. Highly recommend these poles. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Little wild rose. All right, coming up on 4 miles. Probably go off here in a second. The Rociada Trail. And my thoughts. I think this is a great trail. You're pretty exposed because of the burn scar, but I'm starting to come back into the forested area and getting out of the burn scar. So it's been a nice grade. We hiking up has not been bad, and I'm sure it's even better hiking down. So thumbs up to this trail. Right now the trail is leveling out just a little bit. I'm mirroring the Hamilton Mesa Trail. It's right
distance 1.0.
There we go, 4 miles. So right above me is the Hamilton Mesa Trail. Highly recommend this one. Probably because of the exposed ridge. You'd want to do it of a morning because you don't want to get too hot, and I'm pretty sure it's graded because of the horses and mules that come up here. So far, beautiful trail. All right, this has to be at least the 10th spring that I've came across on this. Just beautiful. We're officially out of the burn scar, and we are making our final push up to the Hamilton Mesa Trail. The aspens are really pretty today. That is a glorious sound. Coming up on 5 miles, and just right up here is going to be the trailhead. So here it is. Rociada Trail 250. Highly recommended. That trail up there, that's the Hamilton Mesa. I just got a mile or so to get back to the truck now, and great trip. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna sit down and have me a snack and enjoy this view. I'll put a mileage at the end. Hey, if you've made it this far, please subscribe and like and follow me. If you haven't checked out the last video that I made, this is part 2. And we'll catch you on the next one.